Hello. Hello, it's me from Jennifer from Little Nickel Foxes. Welcome, everybody. I just want to say hello and happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, 2023, and I just wanted to have a little fun and make some heart hoops today with you guys. So I've got a few tips on forming these things in a way that's a lot of fun and helps you sort of work on some forming, sawing, and soldering skills. So I thought this would be fun to share with you guys. So here we go, a little Valentine's project for everybody. So what I'm going to do is come over to my other camera here and put this on right over here. Switch that down for you so you can see that all right. There you go. Okay, and I'll highlight that for you guys. Let's see, spotlight you. There we go, spotlight that for everybody. And yeah, there we go. So, hello. Okay, let's see if we can get that going. All right. So, what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got my ready. Now I've got, I'm doing this, I'm gonna make some loops. Oops. Pairings. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see this. There we are. There we go. So I'm measuring out 4 inches, 2 pieces of 4-inch sterling, 16 gauge wire. So that's what I've got right now. And I'm going to use my Sharpie and mark this at the middle. So we got my center is. Yeah, chime in if you have any questions. There you go. So mark the middle so I know where the middle is. So I'll cut that later. Okay, meanwhile, I want to get good point at the bottom of my hoop. So what I'm going to do is from the center, bend this around. Again, little teardrop shape. Now, teardrop shape will, this part will become the bottom of my heart. And I just want to sort of make sure that's the right angle. So if you have a little fatter part, a little plumper part, just make sure it's at a 90 degree and perpendicular across like that. If you want it to be a little bit steeper, you can change the angle. But what I do is have just a little bit of overlap on those points, and you want that to be the same. So I mark center up here and cut that afterwards. So what I'm going to do right there is got it so that I can saw through it and get a little edge. So just so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip my saw right through that so it's inside, right? Slip that to you. Just slide that right through. And hey there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this really securely so that what I'm going to do is saw right through that X. Right? So by doing that, I create 2 points. So I'm just gonna pull that down, try and soften both of them at the same time. But there we go. So now look at that. What? So that gives me this great little wider point. Look at that. Okay. Right. So now I just need to solder this together, and that'll give me that nice solid part. Here it is. So I'm going to take that over to the solder station. 2 of these to solder. So let's come on over here. To keep things real simple today, just use a little bit of paste flux. gonna get a little bit of my base solder. Put that right on the point and use whatever solder. And this stuff's going to focus. It has the solder microns of solder in it, plus flux. So this one is an easy solder for you. And it's 300 ounce container. It comes in syringes, but I don't like the syringes because I never feel like I'm getting all of it out. But I'm using my Smith little torch, and I've got age tips on my torch right now, and these are kind of cool because they're a multi-torch with this rather than single. This is the Smith tips. So I'm just going to this. And so it's not this up. So make sure you're ventilation. Use whatever torch you've got. So with the this bead solder, you want to make sure that when the solder flows, what you're looking for, because it has the flux in it, you want to make sure you see the flux flow, and then you'll see the solder flow. It takes just a second for that to happen. Which looks like this. Yeah. So once in the back, it's a little bit of a different angle on these things. So this will be a little plumper, this will be a little thinner, but I can sort of adjust that. And these I need to pickle. You can see the flux really projected. The flux of those. That's because there's flux. And the solder phase. So yes, so we put these in the bowl. Yeah. Yeah. One already prepped. So I'm going to take this one over to the solder bench. So now I'm on over here. Yeah. And here, those that are joining us. Hello. So that's soldered. So I just need a little bit of cleanup on that. Just to get a little file, take off that edge right here, really sharp. That gave me such a pretty point. Pretty happy with it. You can just blend that, clean it up. And I'm just kind of do this before I go on to the next bit because it's always easier to clean. So you go. Okay. So now I still have a little residue of that mark right at the top. So I'm going to so I'm going to put that. And I'm going to use my jump ring forming pliers, these guys. And these are fantastic. These are from your tool, or that's who makes these guys. And I think I got these at Rio, so if you're interested. But I love these guys because they've got 6 different combinations of jump rings and wire puppet sizes that you can use. Like these guys a lot. So then I'm just going to use the biggest. That guy. Just like that. And I'm grabbing it really gently. I'm not crushing down on it. I'm just kind of erasing it and using the pliers as like a bending ring. So I really don't want to damage my wire. So you just need to hold it gently. Now, if you wanted to upgrade this, I'm just using the same size on both sides, bringing both sides in a little bit at a time. Now, if you want to, I'm just doing this really quickly, but if you wanted to, you could taper these little points, could add a little ball to them. So there's lots of possibilities with, different ways that you can clean these little points up. So I'm going to put, you could put a little post on here, which is what I'm going to do, and make these into earrings or a wire. So we could have like a 20 or 19 gauge wire and make it too. That'd be kind of huge. But yeah, I was thinking just a little post might be a good way to go. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways you can do this. Now I could solder these together right there at the sort of intersection where those go together. If I want to make a pendant and just shape and solder with a jump ring. So there's lots of possibilities with what you could do with this. I'm going to think this. Even solder a post right in the middle and have like a little big heart stud, and then hang something off the top. I don't know what you want to do, but the point is, it's your heart. Make it your own. Like Bob Ross of jewelry making sometimes. Okay. So now I've got my heart ready to go, and by adding post to this or jump to this studs tangled post. Pull these guys apart a little bit. Post here so you can see the dangling. That's for this one. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities here. What should I do? I think just have posting back. Yeah. Okay. Grab my post. Take it right over here. Over to the solder solution. And just down here. And the post I'm going to use for this has a 2.5 millimeter pad on the back. So, this. It has like a so it has a 2.5 millimeter pad and the solder that very much. Again, this just with my face. So normally, if I was trying to do this real quickly, I would do finishing for the rest of them together. So when you cut the wires, it's a good idea to finish the ends so it's a little bit easier to get to, so the inside shape. So it's easier. So when you cut it, file those, I think it's like a little tapering down and a little tapering. And like I said, whatever you want, it's your word. You want. But the reason I'm going to use the pad on this is because the pad has a little bit more surface to it. And because this is 16 gauge wire, I've got some width that I can stand that up with and get it to connect a little bit better. Just gives me a little bit more connection. So here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take that right. Yeah, my base solder. And I like using just a needle thin place. And I'm gonna put a little bit on that intersection. And that's enough to solder that together and to add those two. And the thing that's kind of cool about the base solder too is that it has a little bit of tackiness to it, so that the stick where you need it to, and so it has a little, tackiness to it. So when you're trying to solder something that's in either an odd position or someplace that you can't quite easily set solder, see the solder case would be a good option to be able to get that set up. And so, bring this guy up. Oops. There. And I'm going to try not to direct the heat right at me, because I don't want it to melt. Yeah. Okay. Valentine's or pin. Little tap back on that. There you go. Nice little part. So there's all kinds of ways of finishing these guys, cleaning them up, adding all those like fine silver. You could add enamel with this or powder coating. When you want, do it silver, do it copper, which is alright. Pinkish or reddish. Have fun. Say, there you go. Yeah, into the picture of that. So, fly right back here to the solder station. You guys are the workbench. You guys back around. And let's see here. Come back to you. All right. Move that spotlight. Here you go. So, hello. Welcome back. All right. I hope you guys are having a good Valentine's, and I want to say first to everybody, the other thing I wanted to share with you is I'm working on the marquee setting for tomorrow night's class. So if you're interested in joining us, there's still a couple of seats available for the alternative stone setting, the marquee cup setting. It's like a bezel setting for a marquee, and it can be adapted in a whole bunch of different ways. So let's see, what else have we got coming up? We've got, let's see, pull some of these up so I can share with you. All right, so tomorrow is the alternative stone setting marquee bezel, which will be a lot of fun. And if you look at the Instagram post, there's a little demo of me going through it. Also, too, Michelle Lear from Lear Works is going to be doing the intro to soldering stencils filigree class with the filigree without borders, which is really amazing. So Lion Punch Forge and Lear Works created these amazing titanium stencils that she's going to be showing you how to use for filigree. They've got lots of other applications, but I would definitely recommend coming in, taking a look, because it's always, filigree is one of those things that will definitely, even if you don't use a lot of filigree in your work, it definitely will make you better at soldering. And it's amazing. Michelle's got so many good tips. So that starts on the 18th, and then she's going to do a follow-up on the 25th. We've also got Intro to Glass Clay for Jewelers. So if you've ever done PMC and you're like, what is glass clay? It's like the glass version of PMC. So you can mold it, shape it, work with it like clay, and then fuse it together in the kiln, and it turns into like sintered glass. It's just beautiful. And it's just the finest frit that's available. You can do it in all kinds of colors, and you can make your own cabochons and shapes. Helen Cowart is one of our Little Metal Fox people, and she works with class quite a lot, and she is international. She's in London, so she'll be teaching from London. So that's a great class, so check that out. Also too, I can't emphasize enough about how important it is to understand design in your work too. So if you all are, working in jewelry and you're at a point where you think, oh, thank you, Wendy. And you're at a point where you're you feel like you are really designing the same things that you're making projects that you were taught to make. You've got some good skills, you've got the basics, and you just want to be able to express your designs your own way. A good place to start is with your sketchbook. So sketchbooks, if you haven't come from an art background, it doesn't matter, because sketchbooks are for you to organize your thoughts, your ideas, your designs, your inspirations, take notes, and be a place to funnel your creativity and use it as a tool. And Kelly Lebeck is going to be, or Webeck is going to be teaching that class. And she is amazing. She's in Germany and has taught this class all over the country. She's also international. So we've got another amazing instructor that's in Germany, which is awesome. And but she will go through some of the basics on finding the sketchbook that's right for you. She's got an amazing bunch of metalsmiths that she has their sketchbooks and pictures, and what they look like, and how they use their sketchbooks and translate it into their designs, how they use their sketchbooks to form their ideas, to funnel that down, to distill their ideas into something that they can go back to and stay inspired and remember things that they think in the moment, and you're like, yeah, that's it, and then you forget it, it's in your sketchbook. So she's really good at that. We've also got a couple of alternative stone setting classes coming up, and diamond burrs demystified, which is a fun class, and everybody should have diamond burrs in their studio. If you don't, come to me and let me show you how fabulous they really are. We've also got some casting coming up, and then next week, I think, next week we've got our Canadian artist friend, Jeff DeBoer, who is a metalsmith that does armor for cats and mice. And they just did, if you want to see more about Jeff's work, check out his website, check out National Geographic, because they just did an article on Jeff. He's going to be joining us next week. He just moved into a new studio, and he's going to be giving us a tour of the studio and showing us some of his pieces. So if you're at all interested, please do join us. Jeff is a delightful human being. He is an amazing artist, and his mouse armor and cat armor is museum quality, amazing, beautiful work. And it's inspired by several different eras of armor. Actually, Julia and Helen both have pieces from Jeff that are spectacular pieces. So please tune in next week at 6, and we'll be talking to Jeff DeBoer. And as always, if you miss any of the tool talks, they're here, and we've got over 90 tool talks that you guys can check out. And of course the classes, and I'm doing a little bit of slow TV with the jewelry, and I think Helen and Julia are going to be adding some slow TV to YouTube as well. So if you don't subscribe, and that way you know when things are coming up, and when we go live, you get a notification to let you know that we're on the air. So join us then. And if you have any questions, or if you have any ideas and things that you would like, the topics you'd like us to talk about on Tool Talk, drop us a line at littlemetalfoxes@gmail.com, or check us out on Instagram. You can always direct message us there. And yeah, I've turned into one of those people. Smash that like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So anyway, hope you all have a great evening and have a great Valentine's Day from all of us here at Little Metal Foxes. Hey, Knife Spot. So I'll be spending my Valentine's with Knife Spot. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Have a great evening. Bye.